This is Salamancer, you're watching SalTV, and this scout needs to go see a doctor about his arm, because that really does not look right. Ugh. Anyway, we do have a game here between Team ISIS and the Justice League, and both of these teams are in European TF2 Div 1. So ETF2L, it's been a while since we've covered anything from them, because they don't upload their demos anywhere usually, unless they've had some really amazing games. But you know what? When they have really amazing games, they have really amazing games. So I actually, let's see, as we get into the mid-fight here, we've got some pretty big jump-ins by the Justice League doing a lot of damage. They did lose their medic, and they are able to take out most of the ISIS team, even finishing off Recluse there. I'm sorry, not Icluse, but Recluse. So I did try to cast this game earlier, and I realized about 20 minutes into it that my microphone was muted. So, oh, it did not feel good. Not at all. But anyway, the mid-fight won by the Justice League, and we are right now watching the Batman, as he, I believe, is playing their roaming soldier for the Justice League. So we're going to see what he has in store for us right now. Going to be taken out, maybe taking out a scout. No, actually, he is in some trouble, and there is no equalizer, so just eats a shot there from Recluse. He is down. And now we get to wait and see what happens here with the middle point, pretty much. So, how you doing? Looks like the Justice League so far actually has backed away, and ISIS doing a pretty good job with their Uber advantage. They are going to try and push in with this. Question is, who do they use the Uber on? And it looks like they are going to pocket that demo in there, along with the soldier. Demo taking some hits, though, and they aren't actually popping the Uber yet, which means they might... Okay, no, Fish actually goes down. Sorry about that. But it seems like ISIS has lost their medic too. That's Gallant down as well, dropping the Uber. Recluse not happy about it. And the Justice League doing a bunch of damage to all of ISIS's remaining players. Mort trying to kill that demo, but he cannot do it. And Recluse pretty much going for an ambush here. Even that does fail. So ISIS losing practically everyone. In fact, Gallant the only one up now. Yep, Justice League going to push right back onto the middle point and recapture it. And I gotta say, this point is definitely going to be traded quite a lot over the course of this game, so just get ready for that. This point is going to go back and forth more than a what do you call those? Those logging saws? I don't even know. It's one of those things, though. It's a hand saw, right? A two-handed saw, something like that. Who knows? Nobody knows. Nobody actually knows what those are called. And if you think you know, then you're probably wrong, because even lumberjacks don't actually know what they're called. So anyway, ISIS now back onto their second point, and there's going to be a little bit of a stalemate here as these teams kind of build their Ubers and wait for the other teams to cap. And what you'll notice here is that Blue actually was, they were hanging out behind the spire for a while. Uncharacteristic, I gotta say, of our Russian teams. We do have a, I thought we had to jump in. Uncharacteristic of our Russian teams to be playing that passively with their medic, but they did want to keep him safe until the Uber is ready to go. Now they're thinking about maybe going through house, who knows? But I would expect ISIS to kind of make the first move here, because that is their style. And they really are playing forward. Now they actually have the Uber. They are going to get aggressive on these choke points. Or at least they were. And Gallant keeps thinking he wants to go up there and through the house, and then keeps thinking better of it. Actually, Soldier jumping on top of that little overhang. And that... Is that on the other side? Does that even exist on the other side? Hang on. I need to go check that out. Sorry, I know, there's going to be some action in just a second here. Yes, there is. Okay, so totally symmetrical. Did not even realize that overhang was there on CP Badlands, so that is news to me. Anyway, in comes a soldier, and Gallant not doing the greatest job of dodging those rockets, but he does manage to get behind the spire, so will not take a lot of damage for now. And now, actually, that the Batman is down, we're going to have ISIS probably pushing in on that. They do have a player advantage, and Mort taking a lot of damage through this choke point, but really he is just kind of being a distraction here, as the rest of his team has come through the house, and they are taking down Justice and Old Grandma. They do force the Uber out of Fish, but look at this. Fish is not in a great position right now. It's just him and a scout. They are stuck in the house, and why are they staying in this fight? I don't know. Probably going to end up dying, though, as that is just not something you want to push into. No, okay, still no pushing coming from ISIS. They're actually taking a lot of damage. 1 health left on one of these scouts. Fish hits his soldier with a crossbow, keeping the Batman alive an exceptional amount of time, and they get away. Which is weird, because ISIS really should have had them dead to rights there. It was just a soldier and medic in the house. But no, now they keep their med alive. Ubers are roughly even. And that means the Justice League gets a chance to hold on to their spire, maybe go push back into mid here pretty soon. but the Ubers are even, like I said. So we are going to wait for these scouts to check out the flank and wait for all these guys pretty much to decide who makes the first move, because it is not easy. Justice doing some good sticky bomb damage from long range, but it will not really help his team all that much. Seems like there is maybe an attack coming through house. No. Once again, a little stalematey. Mort and Batman both down. That's 2 soldiers. And by the way, people do ask occasionally whether you can actually change the order of those little tabs on the right that show the players, and you can't. It's basically whoever joins the server first, and that is such a pain. I know. I wish I could just put the medics right next to each other, but you can't do that. Cannot change the order. Anyway, Batman actually on the spy right now, which is a little interesting, so we're going to watch him. See what he can manage to do about this, because these stalemates are getting a little boring, and I think he agrees. Going to go ahead and cloak up. And nobody actually even watching that segment of the flank, so he didn't even have to cloak up there, but he is getting behind the enemy team. Nobody even going to hear him because there's too many explosions going on, so he's right behind them right now. He sees the soldier. Oh, sees the demo. Oh, he's thinking about it. No, maybe. Oh, how did they not notice? He got Gallant. Gallant goes down, and that is going to be a pretty darn good Uber advantage used by the Justice League. So the Justice League going to push in here after their spy got an amazing backstab, forced a drop of the Uber out of Gallant. And yes, Batman, you are a sneaky bastard. That is pretty much all there is to be said about that. Isis jumping in though and getting a couple of kills. Mort with a pretty darn good... oh, and Fish in some trouble right now. That is going to be Diamax taking him down. So can Justice prevent the cap here? Isis actually taking advantage of their opponents being just a little fragmented, and they will potentially get mid back here. Yeah, they're pressuring Justice down now. Nice rockets, and ooh, that is just a face plant right there by Justice. Sammy going for the air shots, not able to hit them, but the Batman is dead anyway, and so the Justice League loses mid again. They were not able to follow up that huge Uber advantage that they had and the huge backstab they had, which is surprising to me. Should probably have been able to do that. But no, here on CP Badlands, it is now Isis pushing in once again. They do spot that scout who is behind them. It's a scary thing to have those scouts on your flank like that, but Isis with a big Uber advantage. They should be able to push in a last here, assuming there isn't like a crazy forward hold or something. And oh, there is. Better watch out, because now with the forward hold, that is a tough thing to deal with. And it looks like they're actually coming in maybe upstairs, but that's not going to work at all. Uber does come in through lower, and Sammy going to stay back here while his other soldier goes forward and tries to cap the point. Thalashy down, and at this point, with only 3 players left alive, there is no way that the Justice League should be able to defend this. Now, the Batman is overhealed, and they are going to have an Uber pretty soon, actually, so maybe they can. The Uber will be ready in time here. As, yep, there you go. Now, you see that there's a couple players who haven't respawned yet, but they will by the time this Uber is over. And look at that. Ice is losing almost all their players. The Batman getting a couple kills there, but everybody got a couple kills, even the heavy Mr. Johnson. And by the way, Mr. Johnson was the most important member of the Justice League. He showed up every day and made sure that everyone's capes were ironed, and that tea and biscuits were served every morning on time. So, Mr. Johnson, I mean, here's to you, man. You are the greatest Justice League member of all. Because you know Superman definitely would not have functioned properly without his coffee in the morning. I gotta tell you. And Mr. Johnson is just great for that. We do have another spy play going on, though. Where is Recluse? Oh, he's already behind. We missed how he got there, but it doesn't matter. He gets the stab on Fish. And isn't actually getting caught out yet. This scout should be able to find him, but he's not. Now he just decloaks, and he may end up getting another stab here. No, just going to go for some revolver shots before getting taken down by Thalash E. I'm not sure why it's Thalash E and not just Thalash, which it used to be, but apparently it's really important. Batman going to jump straight through the window here, going to force the Uber out of Gallant, but doesn't matter. There's only 2 players left alive, now 4 for the Justice League, and they'll have even Ubers, and if they can keep their opponents out of last for a little while longer, then they should be okay. But the problem is, if they get too far forward here, they really are going to be in trouble. So, oh, and this is a problem. They can't really walk out right across the point here. Not with those stickies on the ground. Now they can. So those have been cleared out. It's not a terrible thing. Mr. Johnson and the Lash E down, though. And this is not looking good anymore for the Justice League. Who are their enemies again? Because I swear they had like this cabal of enemies or something that was like... I don't even remember. But the Justice League is in some trouble right now. as their opponents from ISIS, their new opponents, the International Spy Sensations, are going to be pushing in here pretty soon. Fish calling out that he has an Uber, just pretending to make his opponents think, oh no, they have an Uber now. So, you know, in that situation, if you're ISIS and you're trying to push in, you don't have a medic anymore, it's like, oh, they got their charge ready, so I guess we have to back out. So that's not too bad. Of course, you got to be careful, because sometimes it'll actually force them to come in and try to force the Uber out of you. Fish does go ahead and pop his Uber there, and even during the Uber, Recluse ends up taking down Justice. So Justice is dead, everyone. I hope you don't have to go to the courthouse tomorrow, because Justice is dead. Fish, though, gonna grab that health kit. He will be fine for now, and ISIS losing a couple of players. The last should be able to finish this capture of the Spire. Just got to be careful about this soldier jumping up there, but he is actually at full health right now and going straight on the medic. Nice decision making. Oh, but a scout comes out and finishes him off. So does save Gallant's butt for a little while longer. And now it's pretty much time for another stalemate? No, probably not, because we are talking about the Spire here. The Spire is not stalemate at all. Grandma takes down DMX, and you know, I'm going to be honest here, I didn't think old Grandma actually had any special powers that would qualify her for the Justice League, but apparently nagging people and giving her grandchildren sweet gifts is a superpower now. So old Grandma doing a pretty good job there. Fish, though, down again. And I guess Fish is like Aquaman, right? Is that what we're going with? Anyway, the medic down here for his team, and that is a huge problem, so ISIS could potentially push right back in here. They've got 40% Uber right now, but that will translate to a pretty big advantage, and they are capping the Spire once again. Thalash on the Spy, so we'll see if he can't make anything happen here. He's going to have to, because his team definitely needs the help. And, oh, he's waiting for this ammo. Oh, just barely got it. And I wonder if they noticed that he's back there, because they might have seen that door opening with nobody behind it. So they might realize there is a spy. Mr. Johnson on the Pyro, meanwhile, and oh, Thalash, you are in trouble right now. Trying to go for a stab, but that is not going to work. Where's the Pyro? Where's Pyro? Okay, Mr. Johnson, he is going to be hanging out here, and immediately the Uber comes in. He is able to air blast this away for a good couple of seconds there and keep the... Oh, nice pipe! Keep the rest of the Uber out. So Justice lands some stickies on the point, but not enough. That Scout stayed alive somehow, managing to cap it and bring it to 1-0. ISIS versus the Justice League. And how much time is left? There is 17.5 minutes to go in this match. And they do play 2 matches, so this is ETF2L. Every week, each team plays 2 matches against each other, 2 maps. So we're going to see this one, and then we're also going to, I think, see Gullywash, which is a pretty darn good map. It is not my favorite. If I had a favorite map, it would definitely be Gravel Pits, and you guys know why. Gravel Pit lets you see every single class. It lets you see all kinds of weird strategies coming out of the players. It is definitely TF2 at its finest, but right now we do see a mid-fight going the way of ISIS pretty heavily here so far. Now, they didn't kill Fish yet, so both medics staying alive, but ISIS will probably cap this point, unless Fish decides he wants to Uber in old Grandma. And old Grandma, I don't know, man, like, what's she going to do? Give her opponents candy? Because right now that is about all she can do. Yeah, she's going to get out of there real fast. And I keep saying she. It's probably a male player, but who knows. Batman on the sniper, though, and looks like Batman's having some trouble here. Batman didn't really use guns much, did he? Oh, going for the shot there on that soldier, but the soldier actually saw the sniper dot, so did manage to duck his head out of the way. Thalash down right now, but the Justice League have held on to their second point. I think Thalash was going for a back cap there, so Batman, I mean, they know he's sniping now, so they know to watch out for him, but they don't have a sniper of their own, so, oh, there you go, Diamax gets up there and through the drop down, it destroys Thalash, I'm sorry, destroys Batman on that sniper. So now Fish is in a rough spot here. They're stuck where they can't even retreat without popping their Uber. They do take down Gallant. That's a really good thing, because there will be no Uber for the blue team. ISIS, they also don't have any heals at the moment, but Fish is in some trouble, and there you go. DMX takes him down. Mr. Johnson, 4 health left, and even Mr. Johnson, with his amazing butler skills, not able to save the Justice League right now. Sammy with 5 health left, trying to take this soldier down, and can he do it? No! The Batman will finish him off. With Recluse, though, up here taking the point, dropping down, trying to kill this soldier, and he does. Batman takes a bullet to the head, and you know what? Turns out he doesn't survive that. So, Batman not invincible. They need Superman on their team. They really do. Although I guess you could call that, like, if you have a Ubered Heavy, you could call that Superman. Rickley's going to try and push in through the top. No, never mind. We're trying to go through the bottom right. Nope, just hanging out. Pretty much we're going to wait until the team builds their Uber up. Gallant got to get up to 100% here. And at that point, they will Uber in. You know, I'm just imagining right now, Archer would probably find a way to screw up an Uber. I'm pretty sure he would. But we'll find out. Whether... I don't think Archer is actually on their team. I think they're just named after ISIS. I don't think Archer's playing this game. Bunch of liars. But there is a pretty nice capture there, even though the medic goes down and is actually surprisingly flexible. ISIS managing to cap a second time, and now there is 14.5 minutes to go. There's plenty of time left in this game, ladies and gents. One of those nice long 30-minute Badlands games. And we get to see just how these soldiers roll out here. By the way, the soldier rollouts on vanilla TF2, not the easiest thing in the world. Batman, of course, you saw, didn't actually have much of an overheal when he got there, which is kind of standard, but problem is, when you don't have that overheal, unlike in the North American scene, you are going to be in trouble. And Fish getting taken out there. So DMX and Recluse, the scouts, doing some big work right now. It is only old Grandma left, and even Grandma here is going to have some difficulty trying to defend the Spire against 5 players. So we'll see. Now Batman on the sniper once again. This did not work out for him last time. So we'll see whether he can manage to make anything happen this time around. He's going to need to get a headshot, probably on Gallant, or at least force the Uber out of him. But can he actually manage to do it? Oh, he does get a nice little body shot there on DMX, so temporarily stops the capture there. Gotta watch this drop down, and he actually drops down himself. Gotta watch out for those stickies. But he does, and oh! Just barely missed the headshot. Could go for another one. Can't get it. He does hit Gallant, I think, for 50 damage, and now Gallant in some trouble. He's actually going to run out here with the SMG, and he does force the Uber. Not too bad there, Gallant. I'm sorry, Batman. Not too bad, Batman. Batman is a pretty cool guy. I heard he can jump really high, and he doesn't afraid of anything. Anyway, that is going to be a nice little Uber advantage for Fish. The problem with that, of course, is that they are sitting on last, and so they did manage to prevent their opponents from pushing into last with an Uber advantage, but having an Uber advantage on last isn't a huge deal unless you can find a way to push out and get a bunch of kills, and right now they actually lose old Grandma. They're pushing the Uber anyway. This is probably not a great idea. As they do lay down some sticks there, and they take down, looks like both the scouts actually for ISIS. Problem is, look, Gallant way back here. This is exactly what you do when your opponents are doing some kind of weird push like that, is you say, okay, you know, we'll give it to you, we'll back out here and wait until you actually get out to try and capture the Spire, because Spire is so hard to recapture unless your opponents wipe out. It is incredibly hard. So you do see now that Gallant back up to 100% Uber. They are going to bring their players in here and Uber through main. And there we go. Watching Gallant, actually, he's probably going to back out in just a second here. Yes, he will, because he doesn't want to take a lot of damage while the rest of his team gets in there, though, and now it's 3-0. This is starting to look a little one-sided here. So whoever sent me this demo might have just been wrong about it, but who knows? I don't actually know, because this is just about where I stopped casting and realized, oh my god, I have gone like 20 minutes. Yeah, about 20 minutes with no microphone. What a pain. What a pain. Mort taking the Valley roll out here. And we'll jump this, going for the medic right away, but he's actually getting caught out behind the train car there, so he is taken down, and actually almost everybody down for ISIS, losing way too many players here, so Chuck Norris laying down some sticks to cover the retreat. Those little sticky bombs, he can, of course, detonate them whenever he wants to, just right-click, and all of them explode simultaneously. Actually, it's not totally simultaneously, so here's a neat little TF2 fact. They explode in the order that you laid them down, and that only matters if you actually hurt yourself with one of them enough to kill yourself. Because as a demo, if you die... Okay, look at this. This is pretty good defense right now by ISIS. They do pop the Uber. And Ubering the heavy is going to be pretty useful. So I guess we'll just wait a second here. We'll finish that thought in a minute. Rakeley's coming around behind. Okay, he's actually alright. But the Justice League continuing their push. And they do manage to take down Sammy. Can they take down this heavy, though? Look at that. Oh, he's going up. 3 health left on the heavy. Not quite dead, though. Clutch heals by Gallant, and Batman's going to jump in, maybe play some spoiler here. Take down a scout, possibly. Yes, he does. So that's going to mean that ISIS can't really push out, but how much time is left now? About 10 minutes. There's plenty of time left for some captures here and there by the Justice League if the lash though goes down. Anyway, so what I was talking about with the demo man, if you hurt yourself enough to kill yourself with your stickies, then of course as a demo man, if you die, the remaining stickies that were on the field disappear. So you, like, none of the rest of them won't detonate. That means that if you lay a sticky beneath your feet first, and then you lay a sticky beneath someone else's feet, and you detonate them both, if the first one kills you, the second one won't explode. And it's such a pain when you're in a pub and there's like a scout getting on top of you. You try to kill him, so you lay a sticky beneath your own feet, and it just doesn't work at all. So, that is your TF2 fact of the day here with Salamancer. But of course, you're here for the competitive TF2 content. And I hope to provide the lash on the sniper right now, and he's looking in. Oh, that didn't look right on the STV, but I'm sure it looked right on his screen. DMX down. And so there is a little bit of room to maneuver here. Recluse, though, is building up that sentry gun. So that's going to make things tough for this push. As they push in, they do spot the sentry. Going to start dealing some damage to it, and there is the Uber. So look at that, I think four stickies laid down just to take on that sentry gun. But no demo man left. Mr. Johnson gets taken down, but there's a lot of time on that point right now. So if the Justice League can do some damage there, oh, actually not good here. They do hold the high ground, but Sammy jumping in, and he's going to try and take down the medic. Medic does get the Uber saw kill. He's jumping in trying to get this point captured by himself. I don't think it's going to work, though. I think he got a second Uber saw hit there, but not quite enough. And Gallant, even though he's only got 19% Uber, that is still more than Fish has. Fish is dead, so Fish has 0. Of course, if he had the Vitasaw, it wouldn't be 0, but you can't use that in 6v6. Pretty much any 6v6 league that I've ever heard of, you cannot use the Vitasaw. And, oh, the Batman! Jumping in, trying to kill Gallant, but Gallant too wise for that. So he's just going to stay back here and keep the rest of his team healed up, and it is still 3-0. So ISIS, with 8 minutes left to go, this is starting to look pretty darn good for them. The lash on the sniper once again, and sniper means they are going to be playing it slow. Batman's actually in spawn for no reason, and where's the lash? Okay, so it looks like they are expecting maybe a push out here. They're going to be nice and conservative, but the problem with doing that, of course, is that when you are held to a strict 30-minute timer on these matches, playing conservative when you're 3 points down, there's 8 minutes left, is not the best of ideas. Recluse down right now. They just need to push him with this, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But I think he's going to start knocking some stickies off the point here. They could try and pogo jump in and start capping, and that's what they're going to do, but it doesn't work very well. The Uber is popped. Oh, interestingly, though, Fish did not pop his. So the lash hanging out downstairs. He's going to try and wait until his Uber finishes up, looking for the medic. Fish does pop the Uber now. So if there is any time for the Justice League to capture the point, it is right now. Sammy going to start taking some damage, but the Uber's already gone. Fish down, and only 3 players left alive for ISIS, but they're doing some crazy work right now. Sammy with 2 kills there with a shotgun. Mr. Johnson and Old Grandma. I wonder if those two are related. Probably married. Probably an old married couple. And the Batman does take down Diamax, but it may be too little too late here, as ISIS has a nice, almost insurmountable lead in the points. It would take it would take an immediate win here for the Justice League, and then 3 perfect rounds. And Gallant is down, so it is possible, well, 2 perfect rounds to tie. But it's possible for the Justice League to come back, but it is getting less and less likely as there's 7 minutes left to go now, and they aren't pushing in yet. They actually had a big player advantage. They're going to have an Uber advantage, but bear in mind that it is going to take another maybe 30 seconds here. Not quite 30 seconds, but it's going to take a while for that Uber to get up, and they are wasting time off the clock. Another sentry going up, so they're going to have that 7th man on their team, a little aimbot there to help them out. And it's getting pretty close to 30 seconds now, 20 seconds or so for them to build that Uber up. They are ready for it to go right now. They need to push in immediately, and the fact that they were not in position to push tells me that they might not be realizing that there is a time crunch here, or maybe they've just given up. I don't know. A couple of good kills, but the Batman is down, and of course, Batman, like the carry of the Justice League. Just kidding, it's Superman, but who knows. There you go, though. Justice League bring it to 3-1. So they just need 2 more wins. Can they do it? We're going to watch Justice himself, an abstract concept on the Demo Man rollout. How do you define justice? I define justice as a one-eyed man with a a lime green afro. That is how I define justice. And if you define it differently, well, you're probably wrong. Anyway, Justice going to be laying down some sticks here at the doorway, and actually a lot of ISIS trapped inside their house right now. They could take a lot of hits here, and they do. Recluse and Sammy both down. They've kept Gallant alive so far, but the rest of the blue team taking so much damage. So this actually could go the way of the Justice League. They need to jump up and cap that point right now, and they need to probably chase down... Well, they can't chase down ISIS's Gallant and DMX anymore. They're in the upper lobby, though, so this is a good push, and Ice is still one man down. Their demo man is not respawning yet, so there's not going to be any sticks on the point. There is an Uber on the point, so old Grandma gets taken out there trying to cap. But as the Uber runs out here for Gallant, there could be a problem, as the red team will probably want to come back in here and attack again. That Batman is down, but there you go. Not enough players just standing on that point, so Isis quickly loses a round and are starting to get in some trouble here. Justice once again on the rollout. And his lime green afro will, of course, help him immensely making these jumps. He looks like a pro. Look at that. That is a pro rollout. Div 1 level right here. Not quite the premiership, but he got there so much faster than Chuck. Lays down a stick, does some damage right away. He's got to be careful. There could be a scout or a soldier jumping at him anytime soon. And there is a scout coming at him, but he manages to lay down a protective sticky. And actually, nice pill there in the shithouse, as it is called, affectionately. So Fish is getting hurt, and this is now a problem. How much time is there left? There's 4 minutes. So it's okay, they can afford to lose this mid-fight, but they can't really afford to lose their medic, because they need to make a couple of coordinated Uber pushes here on the Justice League if they want to win this game. And right now, they are being very aggressive, which is nice. Gallant could actually push in with his Uber, and he will. They want to stop this cap for as long as possible, because they know they have a time advantage. But Fish has an Uber here, and so the advantage after this Uber is done is actually going to go to the red team. Need to lay down some damage pretty quickly here. And that they do, taking down Recluse, but is it going to be enough? They're starting to lose players of their own, including their medic, and this could be the final nail in the coffin for the Justice League. It's 3 versus 3 right now, so there's still some fragging classes out here, and they are getting the cap on the point. If they can get a forward spawn, that's not too bad. This is starting to get pretty darn intense, ladies and gents, and the medic is down for Isis. Mort, 5 health left here. He's going to try and get a kill, but the tiniest little reflex shot there, or just a stray rocket from the Batman will take him down. And lucky me, my microphone has actually been working this time around, so that's pretty awesome. Recluse setting up on last, though. They are not even going to attempt to guard the Spire, and that makes sense. It would have been 4 versus 6, so not a great thing to do. But how much time is left? 3 minutes. Can the Justice League catch up to the score in 3 minutes? We'll see. We will see. And whether it goes to a golden cap, I mean, it's anybody's guess. Of course, if this video is like 40 minutes long, then it's going to go to golden cap. And if it's 30, it's probably not. Although I might put in some anti-spoiler time again, just to make you think it's going to a golden cap, even if it doesn't. Who knows? Who knows? Actually, a nice little Uber advantage here for Fish. It's not going to matter by the time they get in there. Gallant will build it up. Sentry on the low ground, but Mort already taken down. I don't know, can our red team actually get in here and cap? Right now they're losing a lot of players, but they could take down the demo, and the demo man down is a really good thing for them. They can start laying sticks on the point. There will be no enemy stickies on that point, no enemy Uber anymore, and they're doing a bunch of damage here. Can they get in and cap that point? I'm sorry, old Grandma needs to be on the camera right now, because it looks like they actually will be able to do that. There's stickies on the point right now. Grandma does go down, but there you go, 3-3, and with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left, this is anybody's game. 2 minutes is enough time for a round, but it's also a very short amount of time, so it has to be either a perfect round or we're going to a golden cap. And that is my favorite kind of TF2. You know, the exciting kind. This is what I meant by that. So the Batman immediately, what a wicked series of jumps there, manages to lay down a little bit of damage in his opponents, but actually didn't do a heck of a lot. At least, though, he did sort of confuse them and delay them for a little while, and Chuck Norris and DMX both down. Fish in some trouble. But Recluse gets taken out. Oh, man, this is actually looking like it could be a wipeout for Isis. Oh, the soldier. He's got the moves. But, you know, not quite good enough. And, wow, this guy is decked out. Both of these scouts are decked out. Look at that. They are matching little scouts. That is the cutest thing. I just want to, like, grab their little cheeks and be like, you guys are so cute. Look at your little matching hats. Please tell me you've seen those G.I. Joe PSAs. If you haven't, you need to go see them right now. Look up Fensler Film, F-E-N-S-L-E-R. They are just the most hilarious PSAs ever. So go look at them. DMX on the Pyro. He's just going to try and air blast away this Uber, which Fish should be pushing in with right now. There is no reason that they should not be pushing him with the Uber immediately. And there they go. So immediately a nice little air blast there, but there goes the Pyro. He's taken down, and 2 players right now down. So this, oh, the point is actually captured. That's game. Justice League wins 4-3 because there's 26 seconds left, and that is not enough time. Ice is calling it right now, GG. So guys, no golden cap after all. And I don't know, Ooh, should I put in anti-spoiler time? I don't know. But anyway, do hit subscribe here on youtube.com/fatmop if you have enjoyed the match, because I know I enjoy these matches. And I hope to share that excitement with the rest of you. And if you hit the like button or whatever else and share and all that stuff, then you are trying to share your enjoyment. Wow, that's a... Huh. I'm trying to get this on the... Yeah, right there. Okay. Sorry, yeah, you are trying to share your enjoyment of competitive TF2 with your friends. So I'm not telling you have to do it, and I'm not going to tell you, oh, it helps me out, because I'm going to be perfectly honest here, YouTube is not where I make my money. But I do love sharing the passion of TF2, so do please tell your friends to at least check out something competitive TF2 related. See you later.